were ridiculous tabloid garbage spread by an avowed communist. Okay, that's amazing. Look, I didn't have an affair with Zangief, all right? That's a communist. This is a communist conspiracy. Zangief is a communist. Holy shit, this thing runs deep. Have you seen the ending to Street Fighter 2? MTG allegedly had sex with this. This right here. Communist sympathizer Marjorie Taylor Greene. Wild. Wild. Let's learn about marriage. I don't know how many of the lovely people inside of this stream right now are married. I don't know if your marriages are a union in a religious institution, if you have made vows to God, but they are sacred vows that one must take very sacredly. And I say this because this entire segment I'm about to do right now is not, and I repeat, is not trying to do what Occupy Democrats are doing, which is clout farm over divorce, which is ghoulish, weird, and really super fucked up. I mean, in a couple days, you'll probably see Occupy Democrats doing some tweet where it's like, breaking, Marjorie Taylor Greene is being divorced from a husband. Retweet if you think this child will have more psychological damage from the divorce than this other child. You know, like really weird ass shit like that. What I want to do is point out hypocrisy. For you see, these Christian fascists, the Christian nationalists as they're calling themselves proudly now, openly and proudly, do want to take away the rights of people. They want to marginalize groups, and specifically they want to marginalize groups that it doesn't directly affect them. Like, you know, if you're cis and you're straight, most likely passing legislation that affects trans people, or passing legislation that affects gay people, or passing legislation that will disproportionately affect black people, things like that, is not going to affect you. You just want to impose your own beliefs on other people because you're deeply unhappy and weird. So that's what I want to point out by doing this entire segment. But I do want to say that the vow to God, if you are a Christian, is a most sacred one that cannot be broken. There is no such thing. It does not exist. If you're thinking about tying the knot, then one of the things you are likely already thinking about is your wedding vows, wedding ceremonies, not to mention wedding vows. Yeah. Very widely, from culture to culture, even country to country, and religion to religion. Of course, most people could recite the vows we've all heard at weddings, and even weddings in movies and TV shows. I name, take you name, name meets name, to be my lawfully wedded husband and wife, to have and hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do us part. Till death do us part. But then you get to fuck around in heaven. Pretty good deal. All those heaven orgies, you know, it's like, the vow has been broken. Hath been broken. I mean, we were very specific. We said till death do us part. Anyways, these words are quite likely your parents or even your grandparents use as they wed. Such vows or something quite similar have been used for hundreds of years to represent a tradition. Today, of course, many couples write their own vows, rendering them truly unique with promises that are meaningful to them. With couples following tradition or decide to write their own vows, combine, blah, 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 studies, history of wedding vows. Originally published in 1549 under the Church of England during the reign of Edward VI, the BCP was written by Thomas Cranmer of the Archbishop of Canterbury, although it was followed, wasn't he like a mad torturer? Anyways, although it was followed thereafter by the edited versions just a few years later. The BCP has served and still serves as the source of popular procedures for prayers. So where is it? Okay, here it is. To have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do us part, according to God's holy law. And this is my solemn vow, emphasis added, according to God's holy law. And therein lies the crux of what it means to utter the wedding vows, what it means to be married. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate. That brings us to our news story.
Clean
And
up your room.
I want to say, First Hex, thank you very much. That brings us to this next story. And I want to say, we rarely source or use trash to be able to read about issues going on around the world. I would never use the Daily Mail as a source because it's rubbish, or like The Sun or stuff like this. But we are talking today about a trash rubbish person. And so we're going to go full trash and we're going to go full TMZ and just read the juiciest of gossip articles on this, okay? So I cannot verify the source as being completely factually accurate, but also I don't fucking care when it comes to this person. So here we are. According to the U.S. Sun, Marjorie QAnon Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene openly cheated on a husband of 25 years with polyamorous tantric sex guru and gym manager. That's right, everyone. Check this shit out. But bam! I need to put on the pornos music. Hold on. Hell yeah. Damn. All right. I want to remind everyone, this is an 18+ stream, okay, everybody? But I understand if things get a little steamy in here, because we're going to break some wedding vows and some vows to the Lord Almighty right now, live on the stream. Saying geek cosplayer, it's so true. The husband of radical Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene has filed for divorce after reports that representative cheated on him with a polyamorous tantric sex guru and the manager of her gym. On September 28, 2022, it was reported that Perry Greene filed for divorce, stating that the nearly 30-year-old marriage is irretrievably broken. Mr. Greene went to the Floyd County Superior Court on Tuesday and mentioned to have his divorce from Congresswoman filed under seal. It is not known on what grounds he has filed for divorce at this time. The petitioner shows that he expects there will be certain pleadings, affidavits, and other documents, ooh baby, filed in such a case that this record will contain sensitive personal and financial information, the public disclosure of which would negatively impact the parties' privacy secrets, stated the motion to seal. Miss Taylor Greene also released a statement stating that she was a firm believer in marriage. But what kind of marriage? Acknowledging that they formed our family and raised 3 great kids. I'll always be grateful for how great of a dad he is to our children, she concluded. This is a private and personal matter, and I ask that the media respect our privacy at this time. Oh, baby. The couple's 3 children together, Lauren, Taylor, and Derek. The QAnon and conspiracy theorist enthusiastically was allegedly unfaithful to her spouse of 25 years, Perry Greene, 49, with brazen affairs. A decade ago, the Daily Mail has reported it seemed her extramarital activities didn't break the couple, as he remained by her side throughout the gluttonous rise to fame and sex. Greene's former boss at the CrossFit gym in Alpharetta, Georgia, billionaire Tim Chambers, claimed to the Mail she had the affair when she worked for him in 2012, and the first being the tantric warrior Craig Ivey. She was part of the staff I inherited, the 36-year-old businessman explained. He wasn't someone who needed a paycheck. She was working as a trade. She got free membership and access, and oh, she got access all right. And access and the opportunity to learn the business of the cock. He socialized with a lot of us. I remember one particular pool party where she was lying draped over Craig's lap drinking a beer. He was quite open about it. We all thought her marriage was falling apart. But then, I took my son to her son's birthday party, and things seemed totally normal between her and her husband, even if they were a little lukewarm. He apparently struck a relationship with Ivy while working in the gym's Alpharetta. But bam! Greene also allegedly had an extramarital affair with Craig Ivey, seen here. Hell yes! Greene did not immediately return the son's request for comment. I wonder why. But she told the Mail she claims the claims involved in the story were ridiculous tabloid garbage spread by an avowed communist. Okay, that's amazing. Look, I didn't have an affair with Zangief, all right? That's a communist. This is a communist conspiracy. Zangief is a communist. Holy shit, this thing runs deep. Have you seen the ending to Street Fighter 2? I have to show everyone. It's one of the great moments of Mikhail Gorbachev. Check this out. This goes so deep. There's just like, there's so many layers to the story. Comrade Zangief, you have made your country proud and shown that the Soviet spirit can overcome all obstacles. Now, it's time to celebrate the appropriate Russian fashion. MTG allegedly had sex with this. This right here. Communist sympathizer Marjorie Taylor Greene. Wild. Wild. What a twist. What a development. Yeah. I like, was she a commie all along? Just masquerading as a fucking Christian fascist? As an anti-Semite? I think I need to report on this. I don't know if enough people know about the story. Oh yeah. These are the stories that matter in the world. We're doing important coverage. There. Now it's good. Now it's ready. Newsweek again? You're doing God's work. I can fix her. No one can fix her, not even the commies. She said the claims are another attempt to smear my name because I'm the biggest threat to Democrats' socialist agenda. I mean, they're, you know, they stay on point. I'll say that. They definitely keep repeating the same things over and over. It's like, hey, by the way, it turns out you've done something horrible. You are a huge anti-Semite, and you didn't know that the Holocaust was bad until you attended a Holocaust museum. Also, the conspiracy about Jewish space lasers. Also, the QAnon shit. Also, you said that statues of Hitler are okay because it'll teach us about our history. And then it's like, those are just communist conspiracies to destroy me because I'm the best threat that the Democrats have ever faced. And it's like, you're really not, though. Like, you're not really loved amongst Republicans. You're kind of just like a fringe weirdo, and like, you know, they tolerate you obviously because that's the direction the MAGA crowd is going in, but you're not like, you try to impeach Joe Biden like every single week. It's kind of silly. Like, you're kind of just a laughing stock, but I mean, the people who love you do love you. There's that. Oh, and the CrossFit. Yeah, can't forget about that. In October of 20... Oh, Megaran! Thank you! Hey, Megaran, everyone, you should go check out Megaran's channel, by the way. If you don't already know, Megaran is fucking awesome, and he plays some really cool games. I played TMNT, Shredder's Revenge, after watching you play it. That game was so fucking good! Oh my god, it goes so hard. It was fucking amazing. The Real Fapologist, thank you for the Prime. And then, what blew my mind is I thought you were just playing it because it's just an awesome game, and then I beat the game, and then I'm listening to the credits, and then I hear you! You're in the fucking official soundtrack of that game. I was like, I know this guy. This is Megaran. Holy shit. This is amazing. Oh, man. Yeah, go check out Megaran's channel. It's awesome. And The Real Fapologist. Thank you for the Prime. I appreciate it. Megaran, if you're just tuning in, we're covering this outrageous story. Allegedly, Marjorie Taylor Greene has been having an affair with a Zangief cosplayer. I kid you not. In addition to, she says that the entire story that she's actually having an affair is a communist conspiracy. But those are big words coming from someone who may be allegedly having an affair with Zangief. So... This is a gift, you know. I think we deserve this. We've had some hard times. There's been a lot of bad news, and so this one's nice and silly. I don't even judge that until you say that kind of shit she does and claim that Jesus about it. The magazine said they spoke to someone with whom Greene was allegedly having the affair, who provided text message proof from the now congressman that she was allegedly sleeping with him. She never talked about politics, this person told the New Yorker. The man later claimed that he learned that Greene was having sex with an additional man who was not her husband, while the whole time being super Christian. Huh. Every single person who says they are a hardcore Christian or tries to hide behind the Bible typically is doing some fucked up shit behind the scenes. Every single person. Like this, it should be a rule. There should be a name for this. Maybe we call it Greene's Law or Marjorie Law or something. Anyone who like fucking goes really hard against pornography, anyone who's like constantly saber rattling against porn, it's just like, oh, fucking porn is destroying society, pornography will destroy men's minds, all this kind of stuff, most likely is looking up some really extreme kind of pornos, you know, not your run-of-the-mill kind of stuff. We're talking some pretty intense shit, all right? Stuff that you might have to go into a Tor browser to look at. So let me just say this. Marjorie Taylor Greene, being a super Christian nationalist, always talking about how everyone else is not living the pure Christian life, blah, blah, blah. Turns out that she's having many extramarital affairs, allegedly. Does not surprise me. Does not surprise me in the slightest. She's not the pro-family, pro-Christian, strong businesswoman she touts herself to be. An anonymous gym goer close to the controversial congresswoman claimed her secret trysts were obvious to everyone, telling the Daily Mail, certainly she was screwing around. Guys talk, and I know there was definitely sex involved. Please don't make up stuff like that. They're spending a lot of time together, turning up at the gym in the same car. When I would suggest going out, Craig would say things he had to do with Marjorie. The man explained to the news outlet. Ivy, 42, is currently living in a trailer in Washington State with his girlfriend, has recently purchased a house in Buckley with another couple, and they plan to turn it into a polyamorous commune. A polyamorous commune. She is going to be in a polycule. What? What is happening right now? He enjoys participating in reenactments of medieval battles and says on his Instagram page he is living a warrior lifestyle while finding tantric love. He told the Daily Mail, I will not respond to anything about this. I mean, that's a hell of a quote. Oh. Ivy did not immediately return the Sun's request for comment. Oh man, can you imagine that? So like the Daily Mail is like, hey, we're doing a story about how you've been having an extramarital affair with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Here's what we're gonna running on it. Do you have any comments? And then he's like, yeah, my comment is I will not be commenting on any of this. And it's like, okay. And then the Daily Mail, and then the Sun calls. Like imagine all the rags that have been calling them. It's got to be like, TMZ is outside. Whoa, the Daily Mail's here. Oh, look, it's the Sun. I think this is the first time we've ever used the Sun as a source on anything, or reference the Daily Mail when we're not laughing at Tim Pool and constantly using it as a source. But again, garbage people deserve garbage tabloids to be able to talk about their garbage behavior. So in that sense, I'm justifying it to myself. Chambers appointed a new manager for his gym, who he hoped may purchase it in the long run, Justin Tway. Both Chambers and the unidentified gym members said he quickly became Greene's next conquest. This seems much more serious than the affair with Craig. How many is there? Chambers said, this was more of a flirty thing, but with Justin, she seemed to have designs on a more long-term relationship. Ooh. Chambers believes the power-hungry future politician set her sights on domination. My impression is that she knew she might have to take over the gym, and she wanted to be there right alongside him. Whoa. Damn. Feral CrossFitters, it's true. You know, you finish a couple weird ass reps, you do some like pull-ups that just look very unhealthy in general. This doesn't look like a healthy way to exercise, you know, and then afterwards love is in the air. Love, sweat, and musk, it would appear. With Marjorie, it always seemed like a power thing. If anyone was a leader or in a position of power, she would gravitate to them, and that's what it was like with Justin. Tway remains in Alpharetta with his wife Sherry, where she runs a gym. Do they all run gyms? He told the Daily Mail, I have no interest in talking about anything to do with that woman. Everything with her comes to no good. Comes, eh? Tway also did not immediately return the Sun's request for comment. Chambers even suggested that Greene could have set her sights on him, and he was going through a divorce during her employment. He tweeted at the time, Marjorie Taylor Greene, so when you worked for me at CrossFit Alpharetta in 2012, the extramarital affairs you had with Justin and Craig, those were Jesus approved, right? Her left-wing boss added, I would never choose to dox someone's infidelities, unless they're this person, before adding the link to Marjorie Taylor Greene for Congress page. Taylor Greene often describes herself as a strong conservative Christian. So it's a branding thing. It's for the brand. It's just for the brand. You know, she doesn't really live by her beliefs, because again, she has violated the highest vow one could make to the Lord Almighty Yahweh himself. How could you? How could you, Marjorie? Shame on you. Shame on you. Giving in to the temptations of the secular flesh. That's our thing. Okay? We're the non-religious leftists who just love fucking. That's supposed to be our thing. You're supposed to hate sex and only use it for procreation and only in the vows of God, not with the polycules, not with the polyamorous tantric love Zangief cosplayers. What is this? What is this? You know? I don't know whether she was after Jim. You'd have to ask her that one, the unified gym goer added. What I do know is that she was a lot different then to what she is now. I worked out with her a lot, and she certainly wasn't saying the insane things she is now. If I had been, I would have had nothing to do with her. Maybe this is a case where she got radicalized online. You know, she was like, I don't know where I really land politically. You know, I just know I really enjoy working out and CrossFit and guns. So, I mean, maybe libertarian or something. You know, I like hanging out with all of you. I don't know what this character you're dressing as is, but I find him very sexy and I'm interested in having sex with it. So I will do that. Yeah. And now I'm going to go on Facebook and see what I can see. Oh, turns out there is some crumbs, apparently, some stuff being leaked by a high level official in the Trump administration. And they're saying a lot of wild things about how apparently there's a secret cabal of pedophile cannibals led by Hillary Clinton and the Democrats and the liberal Hollywood elites, and they're actually trying to drink their adrenochrome for superpowers and hiding the children in Wayfair cabinets. Also, Hillary Clinton says the word pizza, which actually means pedophile, because she's trying to organize people to go meet and drink children's blood, but the only person who can save us is Donald Trump, who's the savior of mankind. Also, Jewish people have lasers that they use to shoot beams from space, and the Holocaust may or may not have happened. I'm not entirely sure. Thank you, Facebook. Good work. Good work. Yeah. Oh, well, I went to the Holocaust Museum. I was wrong. The Holocaust did happen, and it was bad. It was a bad thing, but I've learned that now. So now I know that, and I can continue to be an elected official. Thank you very much, everybody. Good stuff. Well, I think that's as far as the story goes. I do want to throw some shade, by the way, on Occupy Democrats, just because, you know, it's finally come to light how shit they are. But where are we? Oh, yeah, probably in the, like, fucking god tier of inappropriate things they've said. Breaking. Marjorie Taylor Greene's husband Perry files for divorce because their horrible marriage has finally become irretrievably broken. Retweet if you think he's making a great decision. If you think that Marjorie Taylor Greene's husband made a great decision after he just filed for divorce because his horrible marriage to the MAGA fascist has become irretrievably broken, retweet and follow us. Sweet, sweet. Ugh, juicy divorce clout. Yeah, sub. Join my Patreon. I have a Venmo, Cash App. Here you go. Yes, donations, please. Which of the children will be more affected by this divorce? Please retweet to find out. Like, the fucking scumbags. And again, it's one thing to point out the massive hypocrisy of Marjorie Taylor Greene, the anti-Semite, QAnoner, and fascist who wants to basically eliminate trans people from existence, hates Jewish people. Again, she's not a good person, horrible person. And the fact that she's a massive hypocrite, that is going to be infinitely funny. And I didn't even know that it was Zangief cosplayer. That was just like, the little cherry on top. But then to be like, and give me the clout, please, is fucking disgusting. Occupy Democrats, what's wrong with you? All of you. You're weird. You're weird as fuck. Someone needed to point it out. Do you enjoy the Serfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Serf Times in podcast form. Available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review and feedback because it really helps the show out, apparently, and it's free, just like the podcast.
To our gods, Xander Corvus and Peyton L. Juste, we shall spend many a generations building mighty cathedrals in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we are but your oafish jesters, here to offer you a laugh at any opportunity. To our brave knights of the Round Table, Rachel K., Izzy Solidarity, Victoria Bell, Sebastian Demel, Mark Harmon, Benji Arnie, Scary Earth Human, Tony, DM Rivera, Resident Scarecrow, Sir Nickus, Cheryl Alvarez, Ruby Kelly, Brandon, Words Greenwood, Everything Important, Hegbert Celine, Matthew Scarborough, Stellar Vision, Ariane McCarthy, Doug Cady, Daniel Sutton, Jenna Tao, Dark Puppy, Quiet One 85, Anna Loves Riley, Omni, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, Multimondi, Trevbot EXE, Brian Ephraim, Anthropophojack, Catherine, Ramon Acosta, Incosin, Ralph Parler, Violent Orchard, Political Puppy, La Media Panza, Todd Buckingham, and Todd La Jeunesse. We salute our valiant heroes off to fight injustice everywhere.